Good morning, everyone. My name is Carolee Garrett. I am Protein Industries Canada's Vice President of Strategy and Business Development. I am very pleased to welcome you to today's virtual announcement of Protein Industries Canada's latest project, an exciting collaboration between Canada Protein Ingredients, DJ Hendrick International, Agrocorp Processing, Semences Prograin, and Synthesis Network. Bonjour, je m'appelle Carolee Garrett, je suis la vice-présidente de la stratégie et développement commercial chez Protein Industries Canada. J'ai le grand plaisir de vous accueillir à cette annonce virtuelle d'une collaboration entre Canada Protein Ingredients, DJ Hendrick International, Agrocorp Processing, Semences Prograin, et Synthesis Network. We are thrilled to have with us today representatives of the consortium who will, in just a moment, share more detail on the innovative work these companies will be doing together. Nous sommes ravis d'avoir avec nous aujourd'hui des représentants du consortium qui vont nous communiquer de façon plus détaillée leurs activités innovatrices. But first, I would like to provide some details on today's session. At this time, members of the audience will note that their webinar interface is muted. We look forward to answering questions from media once the announcement portion of today's program has concluded. At that time, you may ask your question verbally by clicking the raise hand function, and we will unmute you. You may also type your question in the Zoom Q&A box, located in the toolbar below at any time throughout today's program. The panel will answer these during the Q&A session. If you would like to direct your question to a specific member of the panel, we would ask that you include this in the wording of your question. Please feel free to ask your question in the official language of your choice. I will translate for panel members as necessary. Veuillez poser vos questions en utilisant la langue officielle de votre choix. Je ferai la traduction des questions s'il est nécessaire. Without further ado, I would like to now invite the CEO of Protein Industries Canada, Bill Greuel, to formally open today's program.
Thank you, Carolee, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that I'm currently dialing in from Regina, Saskatchewan, which is Treaty 4 territory, the original land of the Cree, Ojibwe, Saulteaux, Dakota, Nakota, and Lakota, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. Being in Saskatchewan, I'm also in a province well known for its crop production and sometimes its challenging climate. Plenty of crops grown here where plant breeding has played a very critical role in developing new varieties that can withstand our weather. And soybeans, relatively new to my home province and a mainstay in Ontario and Quebec, are just one example. Soybeans represent a really important addition to the Protein Industries Canada investment portfolio. Today, protein and other ingredients derived from soybean represent over 90% of the global plant-based foods market. And although peas, canola, and other crops produced in large quantities in Canada stand to make huge gains, soybean will dominate the market in the near future. Which brings me to today's announcement. The work that Canada Protein Ingredients, DJ Hendrick International, Agrocorp Processing, Semences Prograin, and Synthesis Network will be accomplishing via this project is twofold. They'll be developing new soybean varieties for use across Canada, and they'll be developing and commercializing new clean label ingredients from those soybeans. As someone who grew up on a farm and has watched the agriculture sector change and adapt new crops over the last number of decades, I can attest to how exciting this investment is. Regardless of whether ingredients are derived from soybean or other crops we produce in Western Canada, it's important that farmers and consumers have a choice, especially in the rapidly evolving plant-based food sector. That choice means more options for farmers selling their commodities, more market access for processors, and more retail choice for consumers. And as more consumers look towards adding plant-based foods to their diets, it's important that we work across the entire value chain to continue to make those choices available. That said, I'm also looking forward to seeing what ingredients come out of this project. Through their new facility, Canada Protein Ingredients will be processing 25,000 metric tons per year of soybeans into soy protein isolates, concentrates, fibers, and soy oil, all of which are ingredients that will find their way into the rapidly expanding plant-based foods market. Our latest market research estimates that the global meat alternative market alone will grow to between $80 and $140 billion by 2035. and soybean is expected to continue to be the leading plant-based ingredients for the foreseeable future. However, we know that diversity will be an important aspect to the growth of Canada's plant-based food sector. So this project, along with the many others that we've co-invested in, proves that Canada has the potential to lead as a country that processes a diverse selection of commodities into a range of high-quality plant-based foods and ingredients. By developing these new ingredients now, this consortia are helping make Canada stronger and ultimately more competitive in a global ingredient supply market. And I'd like to thank them for that. I'd also like to thank the Protein Industries Canada staff who helped move this project along from its proposal stage to the project we're announcing today. Chris Anderson, our Chief Technology Officer, Cassandra Quayle, our Chief Financial Officer, and Lisa Campbell, our Director of Programs and Regulatory, who worked on our side to help develop the project. Each played a significant role in helping bring this project to the announcement stage, and I appreciate the work. Finally, I'd also like to thank Minister Champagne and Innovation, Science and Industry at the Government of Canada for their support of Protein Industries Canada and our partners. Their support will go a long way in helping ensure the plant protein sector continues to build upon its current strength and that Canadian farmers and consumers have new plant protein options now and into the future. Now I'd like to take a moment to introduce the CEO of Canada Protein Ingredients, Jim Millington. Jim, take it away.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you very much as well, Carolee. Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Canada Protein Ingredients, Ingredients Protique du Canada, I would like to thank Minister Bibeau and Minister Champagne for their support. We would also like to thank Protein Industries Canada for their confidence in our ability to make this new business a reality for Canada. Their support and encouragement is very much appreciated. I am absolutely thrilled to be with you here today. After many years of developing our innovative Canadian technology, we are ready to move forward with the introduction of value-added soy protein production in Canada. Our new technology will produce high-quality, clean-label, plant-based protein ingredients. CPI is proud to be working with all of our consortium partners to bring high-quality Canadian soy protein to the world stage. I believe that Canada has the best soybean production supply chain in the world. After working in the Canadian soy and soy processing industry for over 20 years, I can tell you that our regulatory system, our seed researchers, our growers, processors, and exporters have earned the confidence of discerning soybean buyers around the world. Our objective at Canada Protein Ingredients is to take the existing high-quality soy protein in the Canadian supply chain and expand its reach into global markets. Canada currently imports most of its food-grade soy protein from other countries. This investment from Protein Industries Canada enables Canada Protein Ingredients to meet growing global demands with completely made in Canada products. There is currently no soy protein isolate or concentrate manufacturing capacity in Canada, despite soybeans being a major crop for Canadian farmers. CPI is poised to commercialize Canadian science to further process Canadian soybeans and to respond to a global market that is hungry for plant-based protein. As many of you know, and as Bill just said, soy protein is by far the dominant protein source used in the food industry. Soy is an extremely functional protein, and with its clean, neutral flavor, it can be formulated into many food items, including meat analogs, protein bars, beverages, and bakery applications. We are extremely excited to bring this value-added food and Canadian supply chain to the global food industry. And I would now like to introduce you to one of our collaborators, David Hendrick of Hendrick International, to say a few words. David, over to you.
Good morning, all. Thanks very much, Jim, for the introduction, and Bill, thanks for your comments as well, for giving us a context for this project. I think Protein Industries Canada is to be recognized for their investment in this project. recognizing the potential of the project. But I also like to make a comment to the government, because I think I'd like to salute them for establishing the PIC program, because the program recognizes opportunities for the public sector and the private sector to work together. And in this particular case, for me, this, I think, is an indication of moving the Barton report forward. And I think that is a very positive piece. As for me, I think I would describe myself simply as a proponent of non-GMO. And in 1995, I got a phone call from a Japanese fellow in Caraquet, New Brunswick, of all places, asking me if Hendrick was interested in exporting soybeans to Japan. I was on the plane the next day, headed over there. And since then, I've been involved in partnering with many collaborators, building a family-owned business that develops its own proprietary soybean varieties, contracts with farmers, conditions our harvest at our facilities in Ontario and Quebec, and we export the soys to global markets. And while we've had considerable success as companies doing this, there's one element that I will never forget. And that is that success is a direct result of strong people partnerships. And that is very important to us. So when I got the call from Jim, I assessed the project through these thoughts that I have in mind. And the bottom line is the project caught my attention. And it checked several boxes in my radar. And the first one was, of course, this project is a non-GMO project. So for us, that's very important. The project number two, the project would provide an opportunity to a family-owned genetics business to gain a return on their genetics investment. A difficult thing to do for any company, and for a personal company or for family-owned companies, this is particularly critical. Third, the project reinforced consumer choice for non-GMO. And in this particular project, a choice for non-GMO plant protein. So that clicked another box for me. The project confirms for growers that there continues to be new opportunities for non-GMO production with a premium in return. And finally, the most convincing argument for me to be a partner in this project is that the project presents an opportunity to market a processed soy product. For 25 years, we've been exporting whole soybeans to the marketplace globally. But now we have an opportunity to market an ingredient, and in particular, an opportunity to market a made in Canada ingredient. So I'm in, and I'll be partnering with Prograin to continue our objectives of continuous non-GMO variety improvement and to secure the supply that Jim is going to require for this project. So that's it for me. I'm convinced. And now let me introduce one of my project partners, Ram Chima, Executive Vice President of Agrocorp Processing, a company which has considerable experience in marketing protein ingredients. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, David, for a nice introduction. So just a little bit of a brief introduction about Agrocorp. So Agrocorp is a commodity trading company with more than 25 years in business now, and we deal in more than 30 commodities, and we have around 10 processing facilities globally, and we have a footprint in 16 countries and customers in over 50 countries. According to Soya Canada statistics, soybean are now the third largest crop in Canada in terms of farm cash receipts, and the production and processing grows. Canada is becoming a more important soybean supplier, and soybeans are becoming a more important force in Canadian economy now. I would like to thank Government of Canada and Protein Industries Canada for helping us harness, realize, and create new opportunities for this industry. And definitely, we are very much excited to partner with Canada Protein Ingredients and Protein Industries Canada on this initiative. Protein space is not something very new to us. We are already in this space, and we are already running a dry fractionation plant in Saskatchewan, and it's almost running now from past 2 years. partnership with Protein Industries Canada and Canada Protein Ingredients is in alignment with our strategic plan. Second thing I would like to discuss here is the raw material procurement. As we are already in commodity trading, so raw material procurement, this is where we will be contributing in this project for procuring all kind of raw materials for this project. And thirdly, I would like to discuss here about the accessibility of the overseas market, other than North America. So Agrocorp has presence in more than 15 countries. And definitely, I think we will be playing a crucial role in taking the end product and sending it out to the overseas market. And it can be used in sort of in blending or in any kind of direct, it can be directly used in their end products as well. So it can be used in a variety of forms. And we do have all kind of contacts and we are already into this space. So again, I look forward to Government of Canada and Protein Industries Canada for their continuous support and very thrilled to be part of this exciting ecosystem that Protein Industry Canada is fostering. Thank you very much. Kara, back to you.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations again on this exciting project. Merci beaucoup à vous et félicitations de nouveau pour ce projet tellement intéressant. I'd now like to open the floor for media to ask any questions that they may have of Protein Industries Canada or their panel participants. J'aimerais maintenant inviter aux médias à poser leurs questions. All right, so I'll just give it a couple seconds more here. One question that's come through is, what is the dollar value of the investment?
Bill, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, so we're very proud and very pleased. The Protein Industries Canada investment is $7.3 million, which will be combined with a industry contribution of $20 million. So again, thank you to the Government of Canada and thank you to Protein Industries Canada for their very strong support.
Our next question is, when will the plant be operational?
Yeah, our plan is to, in the next 18 months, we have a number of tasks in our strategy, and our plan is to be breaking ground in before the end of this 18-month. We will be hopefully up and running. Our plan is to be up and running by the end of 2022, which means that we will be purchasing the 2022 soybean crop from Canadian growers.
And when can Canadian farmers start growing soybeans for this new plant?
A number of the varieties that we will be purchasing are already in the development stage. We will be working with our supply chain, in particular with David Hendrick and our partners at Prograin. We will be contracting those, as I said, we will be contracting those varieties from the 2022 crop.
Thank you very much for those questions. Merci pour vos questions. I'll now turn the floor back to Bill Greuel to deliver some closing remarks.
Yeah, thanks, Carolee, and thanks everyone for attending today. Thank you, Jim, David, Raminder, for the work you're doing here. As I said, this represents a really important investment to the Protein Industry Canada portfolio. Soybean, an important crop in Canada, and it will be good to have food grade processing capacity in our country as we continue on our journey to be a global leader in the plant protein and plant-based foods and food and feed ingredient market. So thank you to everyone. We really look forward to this project taking shape, and have a great day.